Excuse me. What is going on, everybody? How we doing today? As usual, hope we're doing well. It is a Saturday, so we're doing our usual Saturday stream. I kind of miss doing Sunday streams, and I might be able to go back to doing those. I feel that Sunday streams are a little bit better. Less people stream on Sundays, so it's a little bit better that way. I feel like you might as well take a day that a lot of people do not tend to stream on. But we're doing our usual Saturday stream. We're just here chilling, all right, and we are going to just do our thing. We're just gonna do our thing. My hair's been fucked up all day. I woke up. I roll right out. First off, I couldn't, dude. I've been having technical difficulties. I apologize if there's continuous technical difficulties. That's why it took me a minute or two to get started, is because YouTube just does not want to work the way that it's supposed to. Oh, excuse me. YouTube just does not want to work the way it's supposed to, so it's really annoying. I apologize if there's issues. What's going on, T Mac? I'm claiming sexual assault on this podcast. Me too. Me too. I am too. I was sexually assaulted by Scott Sullivan MMA. Oh, but anyway, I wake up this morning. I roll right out of bed. I got like fucking 4.5 hours of sleep, which for me is not good. I don't sleep very well. It just is what it is. And I run to the gym because I thought I was gonna have to coach a class today, but nobody showed up for that class, so I just went right home. And yeah, my hair's been fucked up all day. I don't have anywhere to be, so I could give a fuck about how I look. What's the matter? And yeah, so that is a little bit annoying though. That is a little bit annoying now that I'm on camera, I will say. But pretty crazy shit going on, huh? Pretty insane shit. We have an invasion of Venezuela, and it's not necessarily a full scale invasion, but I don't know if anybody really knows the scope of what's going on right now, except for maybe Trump and top military officials. Apparently, there was some kind of special operation that took place in Venezuela last night, and Nicolas Maduro, the longtime president of Venezuela, was ousted. He was arrested by the U.S. government, which is a crazy thought, right? I mean, actually, it's not the first time that it's not the first time that happened. It's not the first time that happened. Now that I think of it, we did that with Noriega. We've done that with a few different guys. Just like a straight up military operation to arrest them. Naga, I injured my shoulder. The only reason I kept this thing, it's a second place medal. The only reason I kept it is because I fought through an injured shoulder. I tried to anyway. Basically, I've shoulder pops. Obviously not good. I couldn't move my arm at first, and then I'm getting it taped up. Not taped up, but I'm having an ice pack taped to my shoulder. And the referee comes over and he's like, "Hey, you're up next, right? Like, I take it you're not grappling." I fucking tore the ice pack off. I was like, no, 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 I gotta do this. Because if there's one thing I've learned about having a winning mindset, it's that you have to lose the right way. And what I mean by that is it's not okay to be like, "I got hurt. No, I guess I can't go." No. Like whatever that guy is going to take from me, he has to take. I cannot be like, I mean, I don't wanna, but I have to. I guess I gotta just fucking go home now. No, I'll be honest with you. It's not like I rolled hard. I slapped hands, I fist bumped, and then I tried to sit to a guard, which is something I never do. You guys know how I feel about guard pullers and guard sitters. I think they are scum. They are the scum of the earth. And I had to do it though because there was no way I was gonna offensively grapple against this dude. I had to play defense and see if I could catch something. And when I tried to sit down, the pain in my shoulder was immense just from the sitting. But it's less that I'm like, yeah, I got second place, I got a medal, and more that it's just a reminder of a time where I could have quit. I could have been like, nah, my shoulder hurts, I can't. But I didn't. I went out there. I set an example for the kids because the thing is, Naga is not a good grappling tournament. It is good for kids though, and the reason it's good for kids is because they have so many different divisions. You're not gonna have like an 8-year-old white belt against an 8-year-old blue belt. Well, a blue belt, excuse me. 8-year-olds can't get blue belts, but an 8-year-old yellow belt, let's say, right? You're not gonna have that, right? You're gonna have like 8-year-old white and like gray belts in their own division, and then 8-year-old um um fucking orange and yellow or whatever, right? You get the point. Naga's good for kids. It's not really a good tournament for adults, and that's why I entered it on like 2 weeks notice, because I was like, fuck it, let's go. And I ended up popping my shoulder. But there was a bunch of kids from my gym there, and I needed to set an example of what it looks like to not just quit when you get hurt, right? Because even though what happened with me is a lot different from what happens with them in the gym, there is a lot of like a kid gets their finger bent back and they have to call a complete stop and they start crying and they're like, "Oh, my finger, and like I try to be as careful as I can, because the last thing I want is some fucking asshole parent who's like, no, my son said he was hurt and you told him to keep going." Like, the last thing I want is that, but also I'm kind of trying to push these kids through that, where it's like, all right, you got bumped in the head. It happens sometimes. You don't got to stop and cry about it. Like, I'm trying to set an example for the kids that are there. Um, so that's what this medal is for, right? This I won in a knife fighting contest. Like, literally, like I went to a tournament so that I could do some Shuai Jiao. I got beat up in the Shuai Jiao match. It was insane. Shuai Jiao is a whole different animal. It is completely different, and you can have a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You're not going to be that good at Shuai Jiao. Even judo, even wrestling, like pure wrestling. It's just different enough that while it will make a difference if you have that other background, if you think you're going to take your jujitsu black belt and walk onto a shuai jiao mat and you're going to do well, no, I'm sorry, it's just not happening. And the guy that I went with, he was actually like pretty good. He'd been training for like a year or two, and he got it down. He knows what it's all about. So I got beat up in that, but this was we had a simulated knife fighting, and I won that. So that's cool. But this in particular, this is for this is specifically for just like the reminder that like I did something good that day even though I lost, you know. Excuse me. I'm not someone who's always been big on medals. People meme about me being 1 and 2 in MMA, and I will excuse me. I will fight again most likely, but who knows? Who knows, right? Um, but like, people meme about me being 1 and 2 in MMA. Like, as soon as I won that fight, it was actually on Father's Day of 2015. When I won that fight, I took the medal and I gave it to my dad, who was the only family member of mine that was in the crowd that day. Nobody else from my family came to that fight in particular. Um, so my dad still has the medal from that fight that I won. That was his Father's Day gift that year, and I don't plan on taking that back. I plan on, the day where he does go, he'll probably end up in the ground with him. Because I know that really mattered to him. But like, I kind of want to start collecting medals though, and the reason why is because I've been talking a lot about my little quarter life crisis. By the way, we are going to talk about Venezuela. I started down this road. I want to wrap it up before we start getting back into Venezuela. So I apologize if like you guys are all in like Venezuela, but um I want to start collecting medals, right? And the reason why is because I'm 31 years old. I turned 31 in November. Actually, the day that I tweaked my fucking shoulder. And it's still not 100%, by the way. There's still, like, I can at least hold a boxing guard up. I can throw a cross. If I throw a hook, I feel it. I feel it from here all the way down into the bicep. That happened on my birthday of all days. This is fucking shit, dude. But um sorry, I'm all over the place, you know. Like I said, I want to continue down the road, but thinking about my life, thinking about things that went right, things that went wrong, right? One of the things that went wrong is that obviously I did not have the success I wanted to in mixed martial arts, and there are a few different reasons for that. I could go over all those reasons, but we'd be here for hours. One of the reasons, though, is that I was not raised to have a winner's mentality. And a lot of people are not raised to have winner mentalities, right? And that's why someone like Andrew Tate is so popular, or became so popular, is because a lot of men were not raised to have winner mentalities. So what they did was they found somebody who had a predator mentality, and they followed him because that was the closest thing to a winning mentality that they could find, right? But one of the reasons why I was not raised with a winner's mentality is because of the way that my parents always held me back, you know? I was always someone who would try my best and I would achieve like what I wanted a lot of the time. You know, when I'm taking care of myself, I'm very good at getting what I want. You know, like I work hard for it. I make the right choices. I do the right things and stuff like that, you know? But I was not allowed to really spread my wings the way that I needed. And then in addition to that, I was also forced to be happy with losing. And I don't mean like, oh, golly gee, we lost. Haha, that's fantastic. No, like the whole, you tried and that's all that matters. Well, win or lose, the only thing that matters is that you had fun, right? Like that type of shit. And that is not something that I wanted. That is something that 100% led to some of the things that happened with me in my MMA career, whatever you want to call it. That's not the only thing. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you every little thing that went wrong with me and mixed martial arts. We'd be here for an hour. But one of the things is that I even if it's like kind of bullshit, even if it's a bunch of like first, second, and third place medals from Nagas that I showed up to, and I beat up on fucking like weekend warrior dudes. You know, like it doesn't matter to me. I want some of my kids' first memories to be seeing this shit. You know, seeing the black belt plaque, seeing gold, silver, bronze medals, seeing other stuff like that, seeing certificates of achievement or other mementos of things that I have done with my life that have earned me some form of praise or recognition. I want my kids to see that and think, wow, I want to be like that. Because at the end of the day, especially if you have a son, which I'm hoping and praying I have sons. I'll love, you know, daughter, son, whoever, but I do hope for sons to carry on that Sullivan legacy, right? Like, especially if you have sons, they will want to be like dad. That's going to be the first thing they want to do with their lives, is what dad does, is what dad did. That's fucking, Bob. Oh, Bobby Bob. This is Bob. He was one of the guys from my gym. He passed away in 2025. That's I miss him, you know. But this right here, that's me. Some of my first memories. My first memory is getting yelled at by my parents. That's the first memory I have. That's the earliest memory that I have of my parents. So that's kind of, you know, yeah, that's kind of bad. But um, some of the other earliest memories are my dad bringing me to the boxing gym that he was at. He never fought. He just did it to stay in shape and because he enjoyed boxing as a sport and a hobby. You know, he was a hobbyist. My dad was a hobbyist boxer. And that 1,000,000% planted the seed. There is no way that did not plant the seed in my head. My brother would come with me, but the thing is, my brother is almost 2 years younger than me. So even though he was with me when that was happening, he was not at all old enough to really remember and have it imprint a mark on his brain. So that's why he didn't go down the same path as me. You know, if we were twins or if he was just 1 year younger than me, I don't know. Maybe he would have remembered some of these times that we were at the gym, you know. But yeah. There we go. There we go. But yeah, so that's the story of the medal. There you go. Re- Relax with the medals, Kurt Angle. Oh boy. Did you see the clip of Anissa telling iDubbbz she doesn't want to have kids? iDubbbz wants kids as well. Yeah, yeah, there's something going on there. There's something going on there. I think maybe it's a masochism thing. Maybe iDubbbz is a little bit of a masochist. Um, but also it wouldn't surprise me if he just got I I feel really gay for this. All right. But I am aware of some of the lore behind the iDubbbz Anissa shit well before Sam Hyde was a part of the whole iDubbbz Anissa lore, right? Um, Anissa was going to leave Ian, apparently, according to leaked messages from her Discord. She would go to Discord and just constantly complain about this guy because he used to have a backbone. He used to be like, no, I don't want you in my videos. Like, I need to keep you away from the limelight because fucking, like, these people are weird. And also, like, I think he straight up said, like, you're also not going to ride my coattails. I could be wrong about that. Anissa just would endlessly shit talk this guy because he wasn't giving her what she wanted. And eventually it got to a point where she was going to leave him. And there was a point where like she started again talking shit about him, but she was like, yeah, he said he wants to change and blah 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 blah. Chances are iDubbbz got gaslit into going to therapy, and the therapist does what the rapists do, is they gaslight you further into believing there's something wrong with you for having boundaries. If you're a woman and you go to a therapist, it is a certain kind of experience versus if you're a guy and you go to a therapist, right? A therapist will try their best to break down your boundaries as a woman, but they will build up other boundaries that should not be built up in the first place. And that's why women who go to therapy tend to be standoffish in the worst way. Not like a good way where it's like, hey, you're disrespecting me. I don't appreciate that. Back off. Right? Like literally like just the dumbest things they'll get upset about. If you're a guy, when you go to a therapist, it's all about breaking down the entirety of the boundaries that you have, all of the boundaries. You are not allowed to have boundaries. You're not allowed to have standards. No non negotiables for you. Everything you do is bad. You're bad. So he probably went to a therapist. He was probably misdiagnosed on purpose with a bunch of things that he doesn't have. And he was probably given some mind altering drugs that made him into the kind of person that he is now. It would not surprise me one bit to find out that's the case with iDubbbz. Like I so it's only a matter of time until Anissa leaks her medicine cabinet with her fucking OnlyFans shit. She takes like a selfie with her tits out in front of her medicine cabinet, and you get to see all of the medications they both take, and you're gonna see like iDubbbz, fucking like lobotomy medication, you know, like some medication that just completely rewires your brain and turns you into a completely different person, you know. It's got to happen. That's got to be it. It would not surprise me one bit to find out that that is the case, you know. If people want war, go fight. Don't have others do it for you. Back up what you say. Ah, yes. And here we are back to what we were originally going to be talking about a little bit, which is, of course, Venezuela and what's going on here. By the way, what's going on, Cherry Blossom? So, the Venezuela thing is interesting because it goes back way further. I can remember I used to watch Styx Hexenhammer because Styx Hexenhammer is actually a good like guy to watch if you want to kind of keep up with what's going on in the world, because all he does all day is just sit around watching Twitter and like news sites, and then he makes videos about them. I can remember him for like a month or two talking about Venezuela and how there was like a coup going on there, and there was a guy, I forget what his name was, but there was one guy who kind of became like the opposition leader who was trying to depose Maduro. It was like I guess you could say like a soft civil war or a cold civil war, a soft serve civil war. Um, But like that obviously failed, and Maduro was still in power for another like 4 or 5 years. This is like 2019, I believe, when I was listening to this on Styx's channel. Excuse me. And now, of course, Maduro ends up getting Scott gets submitted by Joshua Fabia during the tournament. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'd probably quit at that point. I'd be like, yeah, now maybe I do suck. Maybe I do suck. Maybe I wasted my adulthood. Um nah, but like it's interesting to me, right? I don't know anything about Venezuela other than that they are a socialist nation and they are not unfriendly to Russia, and Russia is not friendly to us. Now, that alone explains to me why America would have an interest in taking them out. Now, I know there's other explanations and things like that. Certain other powers, say in the Middle East, certain Middle Eastern powers. I'm talking, of course, about Saudi Arabia is what I'm talking about. Of course, of course. Or maybe Iran or Qatar, even though I think they're North African. I could be wrong about that one. But like I know. Okay. But it makes sense that Trump might be interested in taking him out because for one thing he's a socialist and for another thing he is friendly with Russia. Um People, when it comes to situations like this, and this is one of the frustrating things about having to talk to people about politics, is they get hyper, and I mean hyper fixated on one problem and one solution to that problem. And you'll notice it cycles every like 6 to 8 months, maybe even 12. In some cases, you got a whole 2 years of people who are like, oh, this thing, but that's a rare occasion that people actually give a fuck about something after 2 years, right? I can remember in 2020 it was the Black Lives Matter as like a political action group. Then there was like there was some kind of like Democratic pack as well. There was the WEF. You notice you never hear people talking about the WEF anymore. It's like they just closed their doors and were like, "Damn it, they caught us. We're out of here," and everybody moved on, right? Um, I'm not saying you're wrong for like pointing out certain things, but there's a lot of people out there who, when it comes to politics, their main concern is being correct. They don't care about what is right and wrong. They just care about feeling like they got to be like, I told you all. Politics is a big game of I told you so to these people, and that includes a lot of dudes out there, including Nick Fuentes. Like I don't have issues with Fuentes necessarily, right? I've never met I met the guy briefly, not through Sam. And when I say met the guy, it was more like we practically bumped into him somewhere and we said a couple of words to each other. At the gay bar. But no, jokes aside, like um a lot of pundits, they don't make their money off of being right. They make their money off of convincing you that they were the only ones with the answer and that everybody else around them is wrong, and if they only listened to that pundit, the world would get better, but they won't. So the pundit gets to get away with just shaking their fist at the problem, you know? The fact is, there are many different groups. Intersectionality is not just a social justice thing. You and other people can meet in the middle at an intersecting problem to have a bunch of different things happen. And that is what we are looking at when we see something like, say, certain towers falling on a certain day in September, or a certain stroll through the Capitol building on a certain day in January, or anything else like that, right? There's a lot of different powers that have a lot of different interests, excuse me, that intersect at the corner of taking out a Venezuelan dictator. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, even if you're right, you're kind of fucking wrong, and I'm tired of hearing you fucking complain about it. Another thing that I'm not a fan of is the way that a lot of people on the right, and Jake Shields is very. I love Jake Shields as a guy who I grew up watching. I can remember seeing him on Fuel TV. That is how long ago Jake Shields was fighting. Was when if it wasn't the UFC, it was Strike Force. It was on Fuel TV still. Um, like when it like I MMA legend, love the guy. It's cool that he's trying to get into politics. It's cool that his politics are not just Ben Shapiro tier bullshit. I can appreciate that, I guess, but um, like just the amount of like simping for other people, simping for our enemies, you know? It's possible to have more enemies than just it's possible to have more enemies than just some fucking small nation in the Middle East, right? You can talk about who pulls the strings and stuff like that. I get it, fine, whatever, right? But it's possible for us to have possible for us to, even if we are being war hawks in a certain sense, it's possible for us to not be simping, right? I understand if you're just like, really? What the fuck, dude? I don't know if I it's thank you very much, Tank Hill, for the follow on Kick of all places. I keep forgetting to disable the Kick follow alerts. So thank you, anybody who follows me on Kick. You're gonna get an alert for at least a little while because, like I said, I keep forgetting to disable that. You know, but yeah, thank you again, Tank Hill. I appreciate the follow. All right. I want to start streaming on Kick a little bit more, but I don't know if it's worth it, and I'll explain why. But um, it's possible to not want to be a war hawk. It's possible to be anti-intervention while also not being like, and Maduro, dude, poor Maduro, man. Dude, poor fucking Maduro. Oh, I feel so bad for him. Like that's almost the attitude is like, oh, Maduro's the good guy just because I don't like the people that pull the strings behind the US government. It's like that's not how it works. That's not how it fucking works, dude. You know? It just gets tiring listening to fucking one-dimensional thinkers all the time. And the unfortunate reality is one-dimensional thinkers have a really easy time selling themselves um to the masses because the masses can only really be entertained and enthralled. Is enthralled the proper word? I'm going to use it anyway. The masses can only be enthralled by one-dimensional thought. They can only hold one thing in their mind at a time, and that's why the memory hole exists. The memory hole doesn't exist because the powers that be dug a fucking hole and stuck a post on the outside of the hole that says memory hole, and like whenever something happens, they take newspapers of that thing and throw it in the hole. It's not some kind of black magic bullshit. It's just that you can only keep so many things in your head at once, and not everybody is autistic as I am and some of you guys are to keep more than one thing in there at once. So in 2020 it might be, oh dude, the World Economic Forum. Oh, dude. In 2025, it's, but dude, Israel, and dude, but like Maduro's not the bad guy. We're the bad guy. It's almost like a continuation, like it's like a right wing continuation of the anti war movement from the mid 2000s. Like, you weren't brave by being anti-war in 2004, you know. At least as far as I could see, everybody I knew, all the media, everything was like, no, Bush sucks, get us out of jeez, I got a burp. Bush sucks, get us out of the Middle East, blah blah blah, right? You weren't brave for that, right? But there were a lot of people who, yeah, they wanted the terrorists to win, if we're just being honest here. There's people in our nation who they find it not just acceptable but imperative to root for the other guy every single time because it's a virtue signal to them that allows them to feel like they're the enlightened ones. They're the woke ones. They're the woke ones. They're the ones who really see. They question everything. Not the Holocaust, but they question everything. Hey, they're big thinkers. They're good thinkers. They question everything, man. Like that's what it is to them, you know. And it's just like fucking shut up, get out of my face. You know, I'm just tired of dealing. That's one of the reasons I got out of politics in the first place. is because I got tired of dealing with dudes who like I've been in multiple physical conflicts with like communists, and Antifa just in general. I know how they act, I know how they think. I've infiltrated their chats and like I've seen them straight up like talking about how they're going to utilize propaganda, how they're going to utilize the George Floyd riots. I when I say broke into, what I mean is I convinced some guys who were vetting for a Discord server in 2020. I found them exchanging instructions on how to make bombs and Molotovs. Fucking they like napalm, explosives, things like that. I reported it to the authorities. You think anything got done? No, of course not. Of course not, right? So me, someone who when it comes down to it, I'm kind of an old head. I'm kind of an OG. I've done shit that these people wish they could do, but they come into like a new group chat or they come into like a new planning whatever and they're like, "Here's how it's going to be done. This is the way it's going to be done. If you disagree, you're an idiot and you're a cuck." And it's like, yeah, all right, dude, fucking whatever. Have fun not getting anything done. Have have fun not getting anything fucking done. We had Antifa running scared in New England for like a year. They didn't want to come out and play. When they did, it was like instead of it being 100 people, it was like 20 people. You know, fucking but no 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 no. I'm the cuck and I need to shut my mouth. Yeah, all right, dude. And that's what it feels like with any and all politics out there. You know, and it's so fucking annoying. It's so frustrating, dude. Um, Real war sounds like that black bloc problem. Yeah, I'm a veteran, is what I'm saying. I'm a veteran. I served my country, man. Anyway, um, I'm gonna make a tier list of all the ex-Spanish Portuguese colonies. Venezuela is F tier. Tortoslop. Cameroon is S tier. Vril. Yeah. Um, there's actually a lot of Venezuelans that go to Brazil. Brazil is the America of South America, meaning they're the United States of South America. They are the most prosperous colony. They're also very multicultural. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but like there's a lot of Jamaicans, there's a lot of Haitians, there's a lot of Asians, surprisingly Koreans, not just Japanese, but Koreans. Specifically in Brasilia, where my wife hails from originally. Um, and it's just there's parallels between our nations that if you take a look you'll actually realize like, oh, interesting. But actually even old Confederate soldiers, when the Confederacy lost the Civil War, they actually went to Brazil. They were offered land in Brazil by, I think he was a king, I could be wrong, but whoever was in charge of Brazil at the time. I don't even know if it was a Brazilian or if it was still a Portuguese colony, but they were actually offered land and they went there and they settled. And to this day, they're known as Confederados. And that's really cool to me. I would like to, I want original currency. I want original Confederate currency, including coins. And I'm wondering if I could get in touch with them to try and get some original coins, because the only thing you can find on the internet is restrikes, which a restrike is, they use the same dies that were used to cast the coins, or not cast, but to hammer out the coins. But they were hammered out at a later date. A lot of the restrikes on the market that you see are from the late 1870s, which is still pretty cool, but I want like an original, like a Confederate soldier gave this over to get some tobacco from wherever type shit. But anyway, that aside, there's a lot of Venezuelans in Brazil. Obviously, there's a lot of Venezuelans everywhere in South America, and there's Venezuelans in North America as well. And a lot of the time, and this is one of the reasons I don't feel bad for Venezuela, and they don't even feel bad for themselves. They actually are happy with what happened with them. But the reason why one of the reasons I don't feel bad about Venezuela is that they send a lot of their bad guys to us, which is exactly what Castro did. Like, America has quite literally been used as a dumping ground by these Central and South American countries, dictatorships, whatever, as a means to get rid of their criminal population, like violent criminals, just like dog shit people. And that's why in Colorado you saw Venezuelan gangs. I think they were called Trendy Agua. Um, they are like taking over apartment complexes and stuff like that. Like literally, like this is ours now. Yeah, sure, you live here, but like you're basically our property now. We want you to hold something. You hold something. We want to set up a grow operation or a drug manufacturing operation using your apartment. We're gonna do that, and if you don't fuck it, like if you say no, you're gonna get popped. um like they've sent the worst of their people to us for decades and decades and decades. They have had zero respect for America in any sense of the word. And they have that sort of Latino superiority complex about them. As someone who lives with Latinos, I can tell you, yeah, they have a bit of a superiority complex. I love Brazilians. I love Brazilians. I know they're not exactly the same as, say, Venezuelans or Colombians or anything like that, but they got the same thing going on. You know, fucking, it's really annoying, but um they've just used our nation as a dumping ground. So because of that, like, I'm not going to cry, and honestly, if anything, what I hope Trump does, I don't think he'll do it, but what I hope Trump does is he'll be like, oh hey, Venezuela's safe now, it's not a dictatorship anymore, and not only that, but we have hegemony over the place while we try our best to set up a new government that's not going to be so shitty. All the Venezuelans in America, why don't you head on back? I don't think that's going to happen with Brazil because Brazil has Lula. And Lula was basically the Joe Biden of it's like if you took Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and combined them and you put them in office. That is what Lula is. And he was specifically installed as a president by the court system. They had their own like J6 thing going on down there. Like they and my wife is from the capital. Like she wasn't there when this was happening because she was with me. But when the riots were happening in the Capitol, my wife's mom, my mother-in-law, could see smoke from her house. That is insane. Um, but like Lula was specifically installed by the court system to oust Bolsonaro. That's the thing about the court system, is that they run Brazil. It's not the politicians that run Brazil, it's the courts that run Brazil. And you're starting to see the same thing happen in America, where anytime a president says, I want to do this, the courts are like, well, hold up there, buddy. Not so fast, Buster. And that's why we need to ignore the courts, specifically referring to the United States, like, government. It's like it's some circuit court does not have the right to say no to the president. I'm sorry. The president should only, and I mean only, listen to the Supreme Court. Any other court, I don't care whether it's federal or if it's state, that tries to be like, well, actually, no, fuck them. You know, they try to say, hey, that's, you can't send ICE in there. That's unlawful. The court said, fuck a court. Fuck you. Send them in anyway. Ignore them. BGM8252 says Arriba. Yes, Arriba. Solve a fight for me. Do women think it's hot or sexy for your man to clean his what? I wouldn't know. For your man to clean his. Yeah, I'm not sure, and I would not want to know the answer to that question. I would never I would have to say you're going to have to figure that one out on your own. Free next September. You're going to have to figure that one out for yourself, my friend. Didn't Bolsonaro get stabbed in the streets? I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure there was an attempt on his life, and I'm sure that was in no way related to the courts in Brazil wanting him dead or just gone or whatever. Man, somebody mentioned something about Brazil though. Venezuela is very remote and it's covered in rainforest. Not exactly the most strategically relevant place in modern geopolitics. Um, Venezuela also borders Brazil, and Brazil is planning a new fiat currency with China and South Africa to compete with the U.S. dollar. Not sure if this has anything to do with the attack, though. I mean, I think they would just attack Brazil directly. I think they would just sanction Brazil directly. The thing about BRICS is that it's not nearly don't get me wrong, it's not like we're best pals with everybody in NATO or any other um, treaty, whether it's a defense or an economic treaty. It's not like we're best pals with everybody everywhere, but um, BRICS is very unstable and there's a lot of distrust among them. And that's why China has beefed up its army, its armed forces, even though they're beefing it up with cardboard and duct taped wood and stuff like that, right? China is still a paper tiger, and they will always be a paper tiger for as long as the Communist Party of China exists in that nation as a power broker, you know. But um, what was I going to say? Because when Russia invaded Ukraine, it's been almost 4 years at this point. I believe what it was like February of 2022. In like a month or two, it's going to have been 4 years since the invasion of Ukraine, the full scale invasion, anyway. A lot of people don't realize that started way before 2022. Um, but like when Russia invaded, it was supposed to be like 2 weeks. It was basically supposed to be almost not exactly the same, but like almost as quick as what happened in Venezuela when we came in and we snagged Maduro, right? But 4 years later, Russia is still bogged down in a war of attrition that the Ukrainians will not give up. By the way, like I'm not saying I'm the world's leading expert on the Russia-Ukraine situation, but I do know more about it than you would expect. And Ukraine will not give up whether they have the money or not, or the guns or not, or whatever, right? They'll fight to the last man, even if you think they won't because some fucking club hose fled the country. You know, that just means the people that are in the country, very similar to why the Bay of Pigs failed. Just because a bunch of like clubbing hoes and like weak men left the country. And I'm not saying everybody who left Ukraine is weak. I know Ukrainians that are like, they had good reason to leave and they could, so they did, But like a lot of the propaganda you see out there is like women at the club, that type of shit. Just because they left, that doesn't mean that like Ukraine is weak. If anything, it just means the people who stayed are a lot more willing to stand and fight. And again, that's why the Bay of Pigs failed. But um, like Russia got bogged down, okay, to actually get to the point that I'm trying to make. And that made China go, oh shit, these guys are supposed to be our cudgel, because that is kind of the role that Russia played in BRICS, was that they were the guarantor of defense. And they couldn't even get through Ukraine, which even though Ukraine had NATO supplies, it didn't have NATO forces, and that was a wake up call to China. So that's why they started beefing up their military. You know, um, there's a lot of like, oh, we want to be friends with these guys, but they suck. You know, it's less that they're pals and more so that they're just like, well, I mean, it's convenient for us to be around each other, I guess. Like, baby, fucking BRICS, right? Would you say Brazil? Because for those that don't know, BRICS is an acronym that stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Would you say Brazil and South Africa are like best pals?
No,
Yeah. What about Brazil and Russia?
no.
Yeah. Like, would you like America and England, for instance, were very tight knit. Like, would you say there's like what would you say the closest ally to Brazil is on the world stage?
Good question. China?
You think it's China?
No, I don't think it's China, but it is one. But I don't think it's the biggest one. I don't know.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is, do you think any of those biggest allies are any other BRICS nations?
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, and that's the point that I'm making, is like I'm not afraid of China. I'm not afraid of Russia. Russia has been shown that they can be stumped by a bunch of Ukrainians who have like Soviet era tech other than what we give them, you know. China, we all know they're a paper tiger in every way, economically and militarily, you know. South Africa, what are they going to do? They're going to jam our cell phones, you know. And then Brazil, like Brazil, World War III happens, Brazil would either be neutral or they would jump to our side. I guarantee that because we are too close to them geographically. They would be like, if we say we're joining the war, we are invaded immediately, you know. So when it comes down to it, like, because baby, um, I guess according to according to someone on YouTube, right? I don't know if you've heard this or not, you know, but Venezuela also borders Brazil, and Brazil is planning a new fiat currency with China and South Africa to compete with the U.S. dollar. Not sure if that has anything to do with the attack, though. What what this person is halfway implying, right? What ABC News is halfway implying. I know you said you're not sure, but you did say that for a reason. Um, what they're halfway implying, to be fair, is that like we invaded Venezuela so that we could have something on land that is close to Brazil just in case they decide they're going to actually deploy a new fiat currency. Have you heard anything about Brazil trying to create like some kind of currency between South Africa and China?
No.
Yeah, that's like I mean like I didn't I was like I was like 7 years old when this happened, so I don't remember when the Patriot Act got passed. So it's like it's understandable. Maybe that's not at the top of your list of things to know about, but like I don't know that it seems a little far fetched. But I would support the invasion of Brazil if it came down to it. We need to wipe them from the map.
Hmm. Sure.
I've been giving her shit all day. I've been like first Venezuela, then Brazil. Let's go.
Sounds happy.
Hmm, man. Anyway, 2D game, 2D beat 'em up game where you play as Scott and Arya fighting Antifa, dude. That honestly, if there's gotta be amateur like video game guys in the fish tank world. I don't know what I could offer you to make that game. It doesn't have to be crazy, but if there's anything like, come to me with offers. Come to me with offers, and we'll see what we can make work. If you can make me and Arya beating up Antifa into like a 2D side scrolling beat 'em up, that would be the sickest shit. And I would try my best to find a way to make it so that like you could get a reward, whatever reward you would demand for that game. Please, if there's anybody here that feels like clipping all 16 viewers across 3 platforms, please clip it and put it somewhere, anywhere that it can get more eyes on it. That would be hilarious. I would love the fuck out of that. I know Aria would love it, even though he seems to have stepped away from the whole right wing politics thing. I think he would be entertained by it. You know, I think it'd be fun. Oh, old Frazzle Drip Clinton. That reminds me, I miss Frazzle Drip. I do think about some of the people that I notice that were regulars that don't come around anymore sometimes, and I see Frazzle Drip around, and I'm like, man, he used to pop in my shit all the time. Hope he's doing all right. I miss that guy. I miss that guy. Damn it. Anyway, somebody oh, you know for a fact, if Bricks were a high school group, they would all make fun of India behind his back for sure, 100%. You know, they would a million percent. And South Africa would just feel fortunate to not be in India's shoes. South Africa would literally be desperate to keep India around because if India left, South Africa would become the new group laughingstock. You know. Somebody asked me about something though. They still fly the flag. It's funny they look Mexican, but they wear Confederate uniforms and fly the flag. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Confederate culture is still very alive and well to this day in Brazil. Yeah, I gotta check that out for real. I gotta get in touch with some of them, you know, because if there is anything, you know, I go through phases where I want to collect currency, where it's like once a year I'm like, you know, it'd be really cool if I got my hands on some of these bills, and I'll look it up and maybe I'll make a buy, maybe I won't. But like if I wanted like true Confederate currency, I would probably have to, and the thing is though, it might be tough because these might be fucking heirlooms to these people, you know? Like these might be legit like family heirloom type things to these people, you know? Um so like I don't know, even if they were willing to sell, it might be well out of the scope of my price range. But I mean, it'd still be cool to make contact with these people, you know, and even maybe see if there's some maybe see if there's some descendants of people who fought in regiments that my ancestor fought against, you know. That'd be pretty cool. um somebody I believe it was T-Mac again, somebody asked me about what's with the fish tank drama. Didn't hear about it until I saw your tweet. What was the weird free what are the weird freaks on now, lol. You see, I wouldn't even say it's drama. I just, oh, what's going on, Hildebrand? How you doing, man? I don't even think it's drama. I don't even think it's drama necessarily. I just think that I think that Seth is an all right guy. He doesn't seem like a bad dude to me. I've never had like I've never taken a look at him and thought, this is I got to be careful around this guy, you know? Am I saying he's like a saint? No, but he doesn't seem like a bad guy necessarily. Um, I have a feeling there was some issue where some people who don't like me were probably in his ear, spitting lies, or maybe there was a certain amount of truth to it and he took it the wrong way, or he just didn't like what he saw. You know, maybe it was one of those things. I've admitted on here plenty of times that yeah, I'm a flirt, right? I don't really have much of a reason to talk to women all the time, you know. So if I'm talking to a girl about something and I want to have a little bit of fun with the conversation, if I don't want it to just be like a gay male talking to a woman, I might be like, "Oh yeah, you know, with eyes like that, oh man, how could I say no?" I might say something like that, right? I don't mean anything by it. And literally like there's somebody, I'm going to read you, it's going to remain anonymous who this is, you know. But like I'm gonna read you a um like this person here here's the thing, this person was flirting with me too, but I'm not gonna give too much info, right? They asked if I was flirting with them and I was like, nah. No, I literally said, who, me? As like a joke. And I was like, nah. And then I was like, why, are you? And this person was like, I was asking you. And I was like, and now I'm asking you, are you? And they were like, I wasn't. I don't know why I would be in this context. And I was like, what context is that? And I don't know, bro. Random pictures like that, kind of flirty if you asked me. This person sent a random picture to me, you know. It wasn't anything dirty. It was just a picture, you know. And they said, sorry, every now and again, I'll just respond to all my DMs with a picture. It's not meant to come off like that way. And I was like, LOL, all good. And I was like, yeah, I was flirting. I like to flirt. No homo. I don't mean anything crazy by it. It's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, if I'm talking to a woman, there's a chance I'll try to be charming because I like being charming because it's fun. And women like to be charmed. But for some reason, I guess Seth had an issue with this, and I have a feeling I know exactly why, but I'm not going to put him on blast like in that way because I don't think that would be right, you know. I don't have any issues with Seth, and it wasn't just Seth; it was Seth plus the Alex B thing, where it's like I know that as soon as I stick my head out, there's like weirdo fucking idiots from the fish tank world who, even though I've kind of just like stepped off and I'm doing my own thing, and like I don't know, maybe I'll be back one day, maybe I won't, but I'm not planning on it, right? And I'm not like paying close attention to what's going on in the fish tank world. Um, like even though all of that is true, when they see me, when they hear my name, they're filled with this like unquenchable rage that they can only exercise, they can only bust a nut over if they go to the person that I'm talking to and go, dude, he's actually a fucking like piece of shit, dude. He creeps on women, dude. It's like, yeah, I'd say the same thing if I had no fucking game. I, if I didn't know how to talk to girls, I'd probably be pretty upset too. That there's a dude out there that talks to girls and he doesn't do a bad job at it, and he's got a wife. Fucking, it's it used to be not like it used like before men were neutered. Before men were neutered, you could be a bunch of different kinds of guy. And one of those kinds of guy was the scoundrel. If we're being honest here, you know, that guy who he's just really good at saying the right thing, you know. And I'm not saying I'm trying to be that guy, right? What I'm saying is, it used to be understood that yeah, some dudes are just really good at talking to women. There's no reason to hate them. But what happened is people became sexless. And through that sexlessness, there was a jealousy that started to brew. And it really came to a head with the Zoomers, I feel like. And the reason I say that is because I can remember there was too much sex when I was a kid. Everything was sexualized. Every movie was like, we're going to party, we're going to get drunk, and we're going to get bitches, dude. And if it was a girl movie, it was like we're gonna party and we're gonna dance and we're gonna find a guy and we're gonna go home with him. Like it was obscene when I was a kid, right? And because of that, there was like the millennials became overly indulged in sexual activity, and it caused a lot of problems. And part of the backlash to that was things like the Me Too movement and everything that came before the Me Too movement, because the Me Too movement was sort of the climax of the third, or some people were even calling it the fourth wave feminist movement. Um, and as a result of that, any and all interaction between the sexes became a math problem. And 2 plus 2 might equal 4, but talking to a girl and asking her for consent doesn't equal her wanting to go on a date with you. In fact, a lot of the time, it equals the exact opposite of that. She's just fucking turned off by it. So, with a lot of Zoomers, and I'm not saying this is true of Seth, we've kind of moved beyond Seth, right? I don't have issues with him. I hope he's doing all right today. I did talk to him earlier today in his Discord server. Somebody falsely told me he was talking mad shit again, so I went to check it out, and I figured I'd mention something since I happen to be there, right? Instead of just creeping in the shadows, I might as well make it known, hey, I'm here. But um the result of that sexlessness has been a jealousy in that of a lot of Zoomer men who they simply do not know how to approach women. And it's really society's fault. It's not the guy's fault. It's society's fault. And the reason why is because men are supposed to be able to make mistakes. You're supposed to be able to go up to a girl and be like, "Hey baby, want to get out of here?" And she looks at you and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me." And you feel that feeling in your chest, that pain of like, "Oh fuck, I just made a fool of myself. Oh shit, I look like an idiot." But that's all that's supposed to happen. And you're supposed to learn from that, and you're supposed to figure out how to talk to fucking women in your teens and your at least early 20s, you know? That's the way it's supposed to go for most men, and that has been taken away from most men. And the thing is, it creates an 80-20 rule sort of scenario where the only guys that are going to get pussy are the dudes in that top 20% because they don't have to try in the first place. They don't have to have game because they have something that women want, right? Um, but the way those men that have been rejected, or more so the way those men who did not get the opportunity to learn how to talk to women and to learn how to like have relationships in a real way, the way that voices itself is in weird shit like getting mad that somebody is talking to somebody who's over 18, you know? Dude, you're fucking 29. Get with a girl your own age. This girl's like 22. What the fuck is your problem, dude? You're like a fucking pedo, dude. She was only 22, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like that kind of attitude comes from these men who they're not getting any, and because of that, they're trying to police. They're trying to police, you know. Young women like older men in the first place because there is like a certain access to things that men their age cannot get. So you'll have a woman who's like 19 years old and her boyfriend, in a lot of cases, not saying all, but in a lot of cases, at that age will be a little bit older. He might be 21, 22, 23, even 24, 25. And the reason why is because there's more of a chance of him having money. There's more of a chance of him having a car. You know, a lot of teenagers have cars, but you get the point, right? The car is probably a little bit better, a little bit more reliable, and mommy's probably not paying for it in the way that like the kid their age is, right? And also alcohol, if we're being honest here, right? That's why you'll see a lot of women who like it happens in fucking high school. Now, this is weird. You get an 18-year-old girl who's still in high school getting picked up by her like 22-year-old boyfriend, and it's like, well, that happens because these women are like, oh, why would I date an 18-year-old when I could date a 22-year-old and I could have Grey Goose whenever I want, you know? Kind of fucked up there. But I mean, legally, like, how are you going to say anything, you know? um like that's one of the weirder places that it goes, you know, and it creates these weird situations. Like I was talking about this with my wife a while ago. There was an example in Worcester, in fucking Worcester, kid. Oh, excuse me. In fucking Worcester, kid. She literally just turned 19 6 months ago, you fucking perv. Exactly, like that type of shit. There was an example in Worcester of like the pedo poacher shit. I'm so glad we've kind of moved beyond the whole like pedo, the whole pedo poacher. Fuck, dude, I can't say it. I'm glad we moved beyond that content sort of recently because it was becoming really gratuitous. Um, you had a sting operation that was set up by these like 19 and 20-year-old college kids, where they had another 19-year-old college girl make a profile on Tinder or Hinge or whatever the whippersnappers are using today to get their rocks off. And like nothing about it was even a lie. It was like, this is the girl. She's clearly over the age of 18. She has it on her profile that she is over the age of 18. She's not pretending to be underage. She talked to this one dude who was like 24. This like 24-year-old kid who was just lonely and like wanted to make a new friend that would probably become a girlfriend. And she invites him to the college and like he goes there. Again, this is somebody who they could have been in high school together, right? They're not that far in age. And yet they bring this kid in, they're like hanging out, and then like a whole group of dudes come out and they start getting them on video and they start doing the whole harass the target thing. And I think some people tried to beat him up too, you know? It's like that's the type of shit that's going on, and it's not because people are like, yeah, we know pedos. No, it's because like 21-year-old dudes don't have anything to their name, and instead of dating 30 something year old women, which is what I did when I was 21 and I didn't fucking have anything to my name. If I'm being honest with you, you know, I dated multiple women in their 30s when I was in my early 20s. They love that shit. But um, instead of just doing that, they get hyper fixated on like, oh, but like I did everything my gender studies teacher told me to do and I didn't get any pussy. Like, what the fuck? Dude, that's not cool. Dude, the girl that I wanted to get pussy from is going after a dude that's 26 years old. Dude, that 26-year-old's a fucking pedo, dude. Me and this girl are like only 20. What the fuck, dude? It's a cope. To put it plainly, it's a cope, you know? And it's just fucking weird. Scott Hefner. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um Not I can't lie, the golf wang socks plus the unlit black and mild in the ear does kind of go hard. What are you talking about specifically? Um Not to get pussy, but just to aura farm. Uh she was a little 38-year-old girl, you sick pervert. Dude, she was only 42, man. That's the oldest woman that I dated when I was in my early 20s. She was 42. Aged very well. Aged very well. I will say that. But yeah, high key, I have a crush on a libtard girl who hates her MAGA parents. Tells me she's so clean. Yeah, she's. I guarantee you, she'd be into you, dude. You know, women. A lot of them don't really have strong political beliefs, and if they do, they live to break them in a taboo way. You know, like that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen. That's what everybody's seen. Let's be honest here. You know. Um, oh, so you're telling me that the golf wang Tyler the Creator socks that Seth wears all the time aren't helping him get any? Does he have a thing for does he have a thing for fucking golf wang for Wolfgang? Odd Future is what his thing was called. Um, Excuse me. But yeah, so that's the story behind the whole fish tank drama thing. It's not really drama. It's just that like I'm just trying to live my life and do my thing. I'm just trying to live my life and do my thing, and somebody's like mad about it. You know? I'm not even doing anything wrong. There's like it's not like anyone can show anyone like examples of me like continuously pestering someone who clearly is not into it. It's like in the middle of a legitimate conversation we're having, I slip in a compliment, and then like I kind of do a little I'm being dastardly. I'm being devilish. I'm being mischievous. All right, girls like mischief. The girls like mischief. They like dastardly. They like the mustache twirling. Don't let the cartoons fool you, kids. They love dastardly devils. Um, yeah, it's like I'm not gonna let anyone shame me for paying a compliment to a woman. You know, get the fuck out of my face. The Confederate America colony is based. Yeah, I'm fucking sure it is. They're probably still running around talking about slavery. You know, um, not that slavery is based, of course, but you know what I mean by that. Amazing how much beta males rely on guilt because they don't act exactly, and that's like I went through that phase myself. I was like I said, I was not raised with the proper set of like morals and a proper understanding of how men are meant to act, and I had to figure that out on my own in my late teens and early to mid 20s. It took me a while, and I made a lot more mistakes because if I was on one end of the spectrum when I realized I needed to change, I went all the way over to the other end of the spectrum. Not specifically when it came to dealing with women, but just in general, because the women thing is a small problem contained within a much bigger problem that I had, right? Um, you like it's you got two choices. You can keep failing and you can keep fucking up and you can ruin your life because you're just not the man you need to be, or you can rise to the occasion and you can become the man that you need to be. It's one or the other. And I mean, you're gonna get old no matter what. It's like there was like I think it was a tweet or a Facebook post or something like that I saw. It was a screenshot of a post somebody made, and it was telling a story, one of those totally legit stories, but this one had a good moral even if it was fake. It was a woman saying that she talked to her grandmother, and she said that she wanted to become a doctor, but by the time she becomes a doctor, she's going to be like 28. So like she doesn't want to be a doctor if it's going to take her that long. And her grandma said, "Well, you're going to turn 28 anyway. You might as well be a doctor too." And it's like that is like very 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 good. It's a very good way to look at things. You're gonna get old and die anyway. You might as well get old and die and be the man that you were supposed to be, so that people at your funeral will like they'll get up and they won't have backhanded compliments for you. They won't get up and be like, Johnny, he was a particular guy, which is code for he was a fucking asshole. But I'm at a funeral and somebody had to speak, so I guess it'll be me. You know, um, Johnny was a particular guy. He had certain tastes. He liked them young. like don't put yourself in a situation where the people who speak about you at your funeral are going to have those things to say, where you're going to be a cautionary tale, or you're going to be like the guy that, like, as much as he pissed us off, you kind of had to respect how much of a fucking asshole he was. Like that type of shit. Don't you don't want to be that guy, you know? I was on track to be that guy. And I remember the moment I realized that I was loved and respected for the first time in my life by, like, people around me. And not everybody around me. I'm still very underloved, underappreciated, and underrespected in a lot of places that I'm at. But, like, when I realized that people viewed me as, like, not just a respectable person, but like a dependable guy, somebody that, like, we really couldn't go without, you know? I remember the first time I noticed that there were multiple people in multiple places that felt that way about me, and it was like a whoa kind of moment. Like, it chilled me out a little bit. I almost didn't like it at first because, for one thing, I'm not comfortable with winning. Not that that's like winning, but then in addition to that, it also is like, it took away some of my edge, man. My whole life I had this I'll fucking show them kind of attitude. I had this I'll prove them wrong. And when they try to be like, hey, good job, I'll be like, fuck off, fuck you, right? I kind of had that sort of edge to me for a while, but when I started to feel that love from certain people, it disarmed me a little bit, and I was like, oh fuck. Huh. Shit. Man. All right. That's nice. It's nice. I don't have to prove myself. I've already proven myself just by being dependable, being like a good dude, you know? I'm going to be a cautionary tale for being obsessed with mug root beer. I got to drink root beer again, man. I got to stop drinking soda in general, but, like, if I was going to drink soda, I got to start drinking root beer again. Root beer is just, there's something about it. You don't have root beer in Brazil, right, baby?
No.
Oh, fucking, we next time we go to the store, remind me. We're gonna pick up some root beer. Whenever there's something that my wife doesn't really have in Brazil, I make sure I make her try it. I figured out Brazil doesn't do mac and cheese, which is crazy because if there's one thing Brazilians love, it's pasta and cheese and bread. Like, I didn't realize it until kind of recently, but a lot of Brazilian culture, specifically food culture, is ripped straight from Italy because a lot of Italians, specifically from the north, went to Brazil a little bit before the southern Italians, which is why everybody in New York is like, "Hey, I'm fucking walking over here," like the greaseball Italians, of which I am one. Believe it or not, I am very Italian as well. Um, what was I gonna say? Um, like there's a lot of shit from Brazil that is, like, straight from Italy. It's actually pretty cool. You know, feels like I'm dating an Italian woman. She's brown like an Italian. She's oh oh I love my wife. Anyway, I was too young at the time, but was the left also really upset when we captured Saddam Hussein? I would imagine there were people who were like, "Hey, man, he wasn't doing anything wrong." It wasn't even just the left; it's like the right too. Like, horseshoe theory is correct to a certain degree, but the thing about a horseshoe is that it never connects. It never legitimately connects, right? So you can say that, like, with horseshoe theory, the further you get to the ends, the closer in ideology these two groups get. Yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But even with that, there's no, like, actual connection between the two. It's just not going to happen. You know, it might happen briefly, where, again, problems see them intersecting at a certain corner, right? But it's never going to happen long term. Like you're seeing a lot of people on the left and the further right, who are like, "Hey man, that's not cool, dude. Put him back. Put him back where you found him. Put him, dude. Bring him back and fucking release him. Release him into the wild of Venezuela. Put him back." You know, you're seeing a lot of people who are like that. Um, Saw something about PKA. What about PKA? Oh. Did anyone here watch today's PKA? It was very funny watching Sam check Kyle for being a Reddit gooner. Yeah, I saw Sam was on PKA again. I mostly can, if I am gonna watch PKA, it's mostly through clips. The PKA clips dude comes in clutch. Shout out to that dude. I love that guy's fucking shit. He makes it so much easier to watch PKA because I don't have 4 hours to spare every Thursday. I'm sorry, you know. Taylor's my friend. I love that guy, but I got too much shit going on to listen to a 4 hour podcast, you know. Um, what's it called? Yeah, I mean, it's real easy for Kyle and Woody to live the lifestyles that they do, and like I've run into that with them from my appearances on PKA. I have a strong feeling I'll never be on PKA again. I would love to be, especially because now I kind of know that I just have to be willing to interrupt and interject and throw my 2 cents in there, regardless of whether I feel like it's my turn to talk. That's my issue with PKA, is that I'm always waiting for my turn to talk, and I'm also kind of nervous about like opening my mouth about something that I was not that familiar with. But I should just be willing to throw my fucking opinion out there and just be like, yeah, here it is. Like, what do we want to do with this opinion right now? I'm the guest here. I'm not just gonna sit here saying nothing. Here's my opinion. What are we gonna do with this? You know, I would love to be on PKA again. You know, it would be cool. But what's it called? Fucking, I'm not like constantly watching it myself. Um, so like to have the PKA clips guy take the highlights, it's like fuck yeah, thank you, dude. You know, my wife is watching Stranger Things, and I'm getting I'm not telling you to leave, baby. It's okay. I'm getting distracted by like the early seasons of Stranger Things. I'm just like, huh, what's going on in here? Oh, they have an '80s aesthetic. It looks like, huh, interesting, huh.
I'm sorry.
No. That's not you. That's not no. Like no. Fucking keep it going. It's cool. I'm gonna tell people what's going on, and I'm gonna try to approximate the dialogue too.
Oh, yeah.
Objects are clattering right now. She's listening to it her earbuds. She has them connected. What the hell are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you in here looking for Dart? This is the boys' room. Yeah, so I should go home. That's what just happened there. But anyway, fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, yes. I remember what I was talking about before I got distracted by Stranger Things. What I was saying is like Kyle and Woody, they have been rich for so long that I feel like they've probably forgotten a little bit about what it's like to be poor. And that like that shows every now and again, is like sometimes Woody talks about like whether or not the economy is doing well, and he's like, no, it's doing fine, I can afford groceries. He'll say shit like that, and it's like, well, yeah, you're fucking loaded living in one of the Carolinas. I forget if it was North or South Carolina, but those are destinations that people from Massachusetts are going to right now because it's so cheap to survive down there. It's so expensive to survive in Massachusetts. There's a good chance that Woody might actually have to start giving a fuck if he moved to Massachusetts. He might actually have to start being like, "Oh fuck, I gotta. How much money do we have in the bank? How much is our mortgage here? Oh fuck. I don't know how much money Woody has. I just know that he's a rich retired dude. You know. And excuse me, same thing with Kyle. He is a rich retired dude. So it's like, well, you know, it's easy for them to live the lifestyles they do because they are insulated by their money. And I don't say that as a like a fuck them kind of thing. I'm very appreciative that they were willing to deal with me the times that I've been on PKA myself, right? They could have been like, yo, don't bring that guy back on, he sucks. They could have been like that, you know, but I've been brought back. Like there was one time I told them the story about when I flew down to I flew down to Maryland, right? And I was telling them about like the process of flying, because that's the first time since I was 10 years old that I had flown on a plane. And I told them that I was flying Spirit, and they both kind of scoffed. They're like, "Oh, you must have saved tens of dollars," and it's like, "Yeah, Woody, I'm broke. I'm fucking broke. I live in one of the most expensive states in the union, if not the most expensive state in the union. I believe if it's not the most expensive state, I think it's only one or two that are ahead of it, and I think the one of them is Hawaii, which it's like, yeah, of course Hawaii would be expensive like that, you know. Um, like I don't have tons of money that I can just spend on things, you know. Especially at that point, I was out of work. Like I did something that I probably should not have done, considering I was out of work, and I went on a trip for the better part of a week, you know. But anyway, the clips guys didn't even clip the best part of the show. IMO. I thought when Sam made that speech about Bitcoin, it was very inspirational. I had to buy some Bitcoin after I watched that. Maybe I'll have to check that out then. You know, um, I've talked to Taylor. I haven't talked to Sam. You know, I heard that Sam mentioned something about Fish Tank season 5 on there. I don't know exactly what it is. You know, but like the first time I met Sam, he gave me a speech about Bitcoin, talking about how it was going to be something that replaced um, certain stores of value, and that would, if you're in early, that will um, there's never anything guaranteed. So when I say this, I don't really mean it literally, but it will be a guarantee that you will be good. Your investment will balloon. And like it made sense. I didn't want to take the chance, but then Bitcoin hit 100,000, and now I'm all in. I'm not taking my life savings and throwing it in Bitcoin. I'm just little by little throwing little bits of money in there. But like I'm hoping that by the time I go to cash out, I will be able to have a pretty penny to survive off of. Or who knows, maybe I won't even cash out. Maybe I'll just give it to my kids and be like, look, like this is like practically OG Bitcoin compared to where Bitcoin is now. Like you don't want to sell this shit just for the sake of it. Keep this as an emergency fund, baby. Look at Snoopy. Oh boy. My dog's blind, and because of that, he doesn't know where he's going. So he'll stand in corners thinking that it's doors. Because he used to, if a door was closed, he used to just stand in front of the door and wait for somebody to open it for him. So now he just stands in corners thinking it's doors. And that's what he's doing right now. He's just he's literally like, he's just like this, just not moving at all. Oh. I only hold Shiba. I might buy some more. And that's one thing I'm thinking of too is like I'll throw money in Bitcoin, but if I want to like actually have short-term gains, I no joke might start doing Doge because Doge and Bitcoin rise and fall at basically the same rate. So like if I see Bitcoin falling, I know Doge is falling, I'll throw money at Doge, and then when Bitcoin rises again, Doge will rise around along the same axis hopefully, and then I'll be able to have like some short-term gains that I can yank out and then throw into Bitcoin, or depending on how things go, I might even be able to just like transfer, because you convert, excuse me, I could convert to like USDT or like just a stable coin, and then I can throw that stable coin into Bitcoin. Maybe I could do something like that. Who knows? Bitcoin is down right now. If you're going to buy it, now is the time to do so. I predict it will probably rise back up to 130 to 150K. Maybe. Fucking maybe. Scott recreating the end of the Blair Witch Project, the Blair Sullivan project. I've also thought about putting some money in Solana and Ethereum. Yeah, I still have money in a bunch of different things. I'm just kind of sitting on it. Because here's the thing, like technically speaking, you haven't lost money until you sell. Like there is always potential, even if the potential is very tiny, is very small. So it's kind of like, why would you sell if your money goes down? Like I understand if there's something for you to do with it, plus when you pull it out you can at least claim a loss. So that will be a tax write-off. Um, but like, like I got money in Chainlink. I invested in Chainlink at the advice of Sam before I knew him in like 2018, 2019. But I invested like fucking peanuts, you know? Then there was Bitcoin, obviously, then like the a few different things. I think I had some Shiba. I still have some Doge. I'm trying to remember what else I have. I try not to talk about this too much, but the thing is, I don't have that much money in the first place. There's speaking of cybersecurity, there's a concept known as the $5 wrench, and it's a way to attack, literally, you know, because you can have the best firewall, you can use the best VPN to encrypt your data going from one point to another. You can not write your password down at all. You can just keep it stored up in the old noggin, but that's not going to stop somebody from buying a wrench at the Home Depot for $5 and beating you with it until you give over your password. You know, um, Sam's crypto advice is shit, high key. I don't know. I mean, I'm not the crypto expert. What he says does make sense to me, and I just know that I trust in Bitcoin now. So that's good enough for me, you know. I'm not saying like I'm going to follow Sam's advice to the grave. That's not what I'm saying, but I have a lot more faith in it is the point that I am making. Solana is good, man. Yeah, I hear about Solana a lot. I don't know anything about it though. Excuse me. Um, is Kyle actually rich? I feel like he lost a lot of his wealth due to the incarceration. I mean, the only way he would have lost wealth due to the incarceration is if it was money that was involved in a crime. So if it was money that was ill-gotten via some form of like crime, say like, running drugs, running money, pimp stuff and things like that. Um or if basically that money would have to be linked to crime in some way, shape, or form. So when it comes to Kyle, he probably didn't really lose anything for the incarceration situation. Like, yeah, he definitely paid for his own lawyers. He definitely did his own like everything. I'm sure he paid out of pocket for all this. Um but I don't think any of his assets were probably seized in that way. Maybe they were. Like, it's if there was cash hanging around his house, I'm sure it got seized as evidence and it probably got lost, right? Lost, right? But like, I'm willing to bet they did not freeze his bank accounts because they couldn't, you know. Um, but hey, I'd like to think Kyle, because Kyle appears to me as though he's a very libertarian leaning guy. I'd like to believe he probably had some kind of precious metal or other store of value, other hedge, that would be hard to either track or hard for them to take. Because that's one of the reasons why pimps like to have so much jewelry is because they'll have pieces that are like $30,000 and they get arrested and all their money gets seized. So as long as somebody can bail them out, they'll go and they'll sell that jewelry, or maybe, excuse me, or maybe one of the hoes goes and sells some jewelry to bail the guy out, Either way, excuse me. Um, Man, I disagree. I think that I disagree. Sam's point is that people will be talking about Bitcoin not in terms of whole coins, but in satoshis, which are less than 1/10 of a penny. If you buy $500 of Bitcoin in terms of satoshis, and it rises 1/5 of a penny, you'll double your money. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about that. Um, the title of this stream was that I believe it was going postal in Venezuela. And the reason for that is because we are going to finish the Postal 2 game. This is a game we started probably over a year ago at this point. I wanted it to be something that we played for like a week or two, and yeah, it took a lot longer than that. But we are not just on the last day for Postal. I believe Friday is the last day for Postal 2. But in addition to that, we are on the last mission. We are on the last goal. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to mess around with that. We're going to see if we can't complete. Ah, shit. I keep forgetting to... Every time I do this, I forget to unmute the desktop audio. You guys should be able to hear me just fine. I completed it yesterday, but the thing is, my game crashed. My fucking game crashed on me, which is really frustrating. All right, so here we are. Do I have?
Ow.
Oh, ow. No, I need to take...
I feel better already.
Okay. So then in that case... Get the fuck out of here. Alright, so
that stuff really works.
I have 100 health. I have $145. I have a health pipe, and I know where to get another health pipe for free. Again, I love the green quality to your piss in this game. It's funny. I'd like to... I'd like to buy some bulletproof armor, if I can. Bulletproof armor. I'd like to buy some armor, if I can. I think Bitcoin will hit 1 million, so there's still a ton of time. Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's a... It's not like there's a... Hello there. I mean, I guess there is a... like, because every day more and more Bitcoins go missing, more and more Bitcoins become inaccessible. Ooh, I don't want to use the health pipe just yet. Every day Bitcoins become inaccessible. Uh-oh. What's this dude want? And because of that, I picked up a cat, hell yeah. Because of that, like, the Bitcoins that still exist, they become more and more valuable, you know, theoretically. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe theoretically there could be a point where there's 1 Bitcoin left, right? But, like, overall, I don't think there's a sunset that will ever occur on Bitcoin. Like, it'll keep doing it forever and ever, you know? I would assume, anyway. Sexo Co. Ah, yes. I'm joking. Don't ask me about it. I still think NFTs are worth shit, but I lived off them while unemployed.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Is this everything?
Yes.
That'll be $10 and come again.
Bitch. No parking. It's hard to say. There's a lot of factors involved in the pricing of Bitcoin. If feds keep putting red tape around it, it could slow the rise. Or if Trump or Elon endorses it, the price will rise faster. You know, one thing that I've been thinking about for years when it comes to when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto is, like, I wonder if we'll ever see a Waterloo situation. And what that is the Rothschilds, the way they got to a point where they owned not just England, but like most of Europe.
ATF. Please stay inside. Do not attempt to leave the building. Pay no attention to the men with the torches.
Stop oppressing us. We're innocent bystanders.
We recommend you douse yourselves with something flammable and gather in a confined space.
The good book told me to make you die, then myself.
I gotta be very careful.
Someone's gotta take over, now! I ain't dying for this.
Look at the hat.
situation neutralized. Move out.
I'm on it.
Go, go, go.
Oh.
We're not zealots! Eat lead and die, unbelieving heathen scum.
Secure the area. Comb the perimeter.
Officer Fathead. Anyway, I gotta snipe people with my deagle. Got him. Anyway, the way oh, got him. The way the Rothschilds came to own Europe was they owned a lot of newspaper outlets, and when the Napoleonic Wars were going on, Napoleon lost at Waterloo. Now, the economic ramifications of a Napoleon victory at Waterloo would have completely crashed the
Wow,
economy
Uncle Dave's having a party.
of every nation that stood against him. And when it was reported, when the results of the battle were reported, what happened is Rothschild purposefully had his newspapers print that Napoleon had won at Waterloo. That way it would trigger a market collapse with people selling everything that they could. And when this fire sale occurred, Rothschild swooped in and picked up all of these different stocks, all of these different companies, everything that they could for dirt cheap. I almost wonder if there's going to be a situation like that at one point or another. It would not surprise me, and that's one of the reasons why I hold on to Bitcoin as well, is because, well, if I can get in prior to some kind of bullshit like that, then I will.
You probably think I'm not a nice person.
Got him. I just love the way you can snipe from this far. Oh, shit, oh, shit. Oh, nice one, dummy. What an idiot. What an idiot. Haha, he got himself. Hell yeah, go fuck yourself. Who's nailing me? Who just got me? Somebody just got me. Yes. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Yes. Whoops. Wow, that's pretty gruesome. So I'm wondering what will happen if I kill those two up there, because I really want that sniper rifle, you know? You don't think if celebrities start promoting Bitcoin that the price will rise very quickly that way? That's kind of what 2021 to 2024 was all about. Oh yeah, of course it will. For sure, 100%, you know? Scott, did you ever DM with Brookie Babe 420? Yeah, I've talked to Brookie Babe a few times. I know there's people like that draw ire. I think she is one of them, but she's been nice to me, so I don't have any issues with her. You know, I appreciate that she's been kind to me when she and I have spoken. So, yeah, like yeah, I've talked to her. Yes. I think I'm all good. I think I don't even need the, you know. Wonder what'll happen if I use this. Oh. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Oh, shit.
Seating rocket activated.
Oh. Haha. Go fuck yourself. Everyone from comedians to entrepreneurs to how do you say that word? Entrepreneur. I've heard it said so many different ways, but come on, you piece of shit. I was able to get up there last night. Everyone from entrepreneurs to politicians were talking about Bitcoin, and as a result, the price soared through the roof. Oh yeah, for sure. You know, here's the thing about anything that is like an investment of that kind. It's all speculative, and maybe I'm not using that term exactly the way that I mean it, but excuse me. What I really mean by that is, yeah, I think we're good here.
Shit.
Oh, damn, that sucks. What I really mean by that is, it's all fake. It all.
Coming through.
Idiot.
Yeah, get out of the way. Is it C? No, V? X? Oh, no. Give me... Am I gonna have to... Oh, shit. I keep forgetting how to kick. Yep.
Idiot.
Dude, get out of the way. Out of the way.
You're not. I'm hit. Shit. I'm hit. I'm hit.
Can you get out of the way, please?
Ow!
Anyway, it's all fake. None of it's real. Like I get it. Like Apple makes products. So when Apple is doing well with their products, you would assume that their stock would do well also, but that's not the case. It all comes down to whether or not... Interesting, what's that? It all comes down to whether or not somebody oh yeah, the wallpaper again. Hell yeah. I want to read these too. It all comes down to whether or not people actually want to buy the thing. That's it. You know? It's just like, do people want to buy it? Yes or no? If they do, then it's like, it's not as simple as that. There's other pieces to it. Like the actual act of buying the stocks means that like the stock is going to go up. That's why stocks go up and down. It's not just I want to buy the stock, therefore it goes up. It's that more people are buying it, therefore it goes up, you know? There's always somebody who is holding the bag every single time. And you may think that like because Apple or Microsoft or McDonald's or whatever, they have actual products, that has anything to do with whether their stock rises or falls. That's not the case. If there is any effect, it comes down to people not actually knowing how the fucking shit works, and they just assume that since it's October, November, December, that GameStop's stocks are good to buy right now because, well, this is the time of the year everybody's buying stuff from GameStop. That's the closest thing to the stock market actually functioning insofar as like, oh, this company does this kind of stuff, therefore, like, you know, you want to buy that because a lot of people like to buy phones. That's the closest thing to that, you know? It's all fake. But anyway, the quality and craftsmanship of thermonuclear explosives. A handy guide. Your wife, my concubine. Relationships in the church. Outdoor survival techniques. Tear gas and other flammable inhalants. It's your choice. Edible wildlife. Tasty treats from grubs to elephants. Hell yeah. That's sick. Oh no, I'll save that. Hey, what's
Look
good,
out.
bro? What's going on, Brian? How you doing, man? Yes. I'm wondering if I can pre-load. Is it here? No, it's here. No, it's here. Whoa, what's... Oh shit, I can throw a cow head at people. Hell yeah. One of the agents is getting that thrown at him.
Hey, watch it!
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, wow. Wow, what an idiot. Oh fuck, they're all shooting. Uh-oh. Oh. I gotta get my dick out.
Ow! Oh, yeah.
Damn, I didn't mean it. It was just a joke. Take it easy, lady. Forget if I can piss out the flames. I don't know if I can. I think I can. Yep, I can. Alright.
I feel better already.
Yeah, I need these.
That stuff really works.
Oh, damn it. Oh.
Fucking burn it all down!
Oh, fuck. Damn it. These guys are gonna help me. It's the worst thing.
Here's your
What's going on,
rebate,
Brian?
you damn.
Brian will actually help me out.
Too easy. Time
Did
to
I?
head home.
I killed Uncle Dave. I killed Uncle Dave is what happened. Whoops. Poor old Uncle Dave. It keeps me up all night thinking about how much money I missed out on all those shit coins. Yeah, I feel like that's the story of my life, is I missed out on things that I could have taken part in, but I just made the wrong choice about how I was going to spend my time and money. You know, that's what Bitcoin feels like.
The gene pool is stagnant, and I am the minister of chlorine.
Here, now. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Drop the weapon or I'll shoot.
Really?
Stop or I'll shoot.
Well. I'm trying to.
Ow! Ow!
I'm not in a good spot right now. This is not exactly where I need to be. Oh, damn it.
That's the ticket.
Can I put this out? I hope I can put it out. Because I'd like to jump up there and hopefully get that rifle. Nah, fuck. I don't think I can put it out. I don't even have the gas in the tank to be able to do that. Shit.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
I need to try and find some, Oh, man. I killed a lot of these guys. Alright, we're good. Oh, shit. Oh, damn it.
Ow! Oh, yeah.
We got a health pipe. It's ridiculous, dude. I'm doing such a bad job. Oh, shit. Damn it. Get away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Oh, shit. Oh, what? Oh, damn it. There we go. Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Wow, that was ridiculous. So now I know what happens if I accidentally attack one of them. Alright. Now I know. Now I know. It sucks because I gotta go all the way back in there. I gotta take out all these guys that I took out, you know.
This is the ATF. Please stay inside. Do not attempt to leave the building. Pay no attention to the men with the torches.
Stop oppressing us. We're innocent bystanders.
Okay, well. Huh. Apparently I have 300
Wow, Uncle Dave's
fuel or
having a
something
party.
like that.
CT rocket activated. CT rocket activated.
You probably thought you weren't gonna die today. Surprise.
CT rocket activated.
Got him. See if I can twist this out. Perfect.
CT rocket
Oh,
activated.
damn. Whoops. Alright, I guess I need these
I'm gonna
now.
find more of that good stuff. Ah, that's the stuff.
CT rocket activated.
Oh, damn it. Got it. Perfect.
You probably think I'm not a nice person. Only my weapon understands me.
I'm trying to lock in. Whenever I see those rockets, it makes me really nervous. Where? Oh, okay.
Don't crowd, there's plenty for everyone.
Again, really ballsy choice to go with ATF and not like AFT or something like that. It's, I'm sure these guys were probably on some kind of list at some point. Oh no, are you gonna... would you fucking get out of my way? Oh my god. Oh.
Ow! Look out!
Get out of my way.
Hey, idiot.
Thank you very much, is it Dag or Dage? Dage
So, you think
Force.
the Marmosets will make it to
Dagger
the playoffs
Force.
this year?
Is this candid camera?
What the? Ow! Idiot.
Watch out!
What?
I cannot get through because of these two. They're gonna force me to kill them, aren't they? Are these two idiots gonna force me to kill them? I really hope they don't. Wondering if there's another way in. This is just the first way that I found. Maybe I can find another way in. I don't want to have to deal with everybody at once. I'd rather let them kill each other, and then I can pick off whoever survives. At work right now, but I'll pull up with my crew for your next stream. I appreciate that, sir. Oh, man. I just need to get in the building. ATF, we fuck your wives, oh boy. I'm gonna have no choice but to kill these guys. Oh, damn it. I did it again. I'm gonna have no choice but to... Fuck. Oh, damn it. Hey!
Fuck you,
Hey, do it.
You probably think I'm not a nice person.
Sorry. Didn't want to have to do that. Kind of forced my hand. Hopefully nobody else will notice.
I gotta find more of that good stuff.
I think if I go this way, I can actually, if not bypass, yeah. So I think it's good news that these people have not shot at me yet.
I feel better already.
Alright, I'll take that. Ah, there he is. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. We're in good shape. I like how they just let me in. They're like, oh, yeah. That's Dave's nephew.
Hi there. Too easy. Time to head home.
I'm just pointing a gun at Uncle Dave. My dear old Uncle Dave.
Look out! They're coming right at us!
Alright. Alright, Davey boy. They're coming for us. We're gonna take this health pipe next. What are you... Wow. Are you fucking kidding me?
So thirsty.
Here, let me piss you out. Let me piss you out. Maybe I can help you. Maybe I can help you. Damn it. No, we're just fucked. Oh, no, I pissed him out. Cool. Yo, leave my Uncle Dave alone. What's wrong with that? It's my dear old Uncle Dave. I was wondering, it says bass sniffer, a fish finder. What's with the fish finder is what I'd like to know. Alright, well.
That's gonna leave a mark.
They're clapping for me.
Don't crowd, there's plenty for everyone.
Again, it's so hard to throw these things, dude. It's so hard to throw these things in a way that does not fuck you over. Whoops, I think I got everybody there. Uh-oh, 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 oh, shit, oh no. Whoops. Damn it. Oh, fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Everybody's just dying.
That's the ticket.
Dude, it throws straight up is the issue. I think I'm about to hit it where I need to go, and I get nailed.
Right in the stuff. Now I can't feel my legs.
Alright, I need a health plate. Yeah. Hell yeah.
This is gonna be good for me. Yeah, that's gonna leave a mark.
I don't see any other choice. Besides, I'm getting a lot. Oh.
And one to grow on.
I'm hoping they get nailed by the people in there waiting to ambush them. Apparently they didn't. Preston, be careful indoors. Oh, I
This
used the
can't
other
be
fucking
good for
health
me,
pipe
but I
by
feel
mistake.
great.
Son of a bitch. Oh, shit. Shit. Holy fuck. It said be careful indoors. What did I do? I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm sure it's fine.
That stuff really works. The gene pool is stagnant, and I am the minister of chlorine.
Gotta wait for that to go out. It ain't going out.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I'm pretty close to getting out of here, so that's the good news. I don't have to go all the way out the exact exit that I left through, but you know, I'd like to try my best to find the exit soon. Yep, I remember I went up here, and because I got to go out through there. Damn, what am I doing? Oh, shit. Oh. You fucking idiot.
Sorry. Oof. That's the ticket.
So now I'm gonna save here just in case, because I'm out of the house and I gotta fight my way over the path, which is not that tough, but it's still like kind of a pain in the ass. Let's see what happens if I use the napalm launcher outside. I nailed her with it. Hell yeah. It's fucking the frame rate. My frame rate is awful right now. shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Did you guys see that? I think there's one more. No, actually, I think I used it. I think I just have 50% health. And that's that.
Oh, my nads.
Oh, dude, why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep coming back here?
Yeah.
I just want to get these guys quick. That's all. Is that a crime?
CT rocket activated.
Oh, shit.
CT rocket activated. CT rocket activated.
I believe there's a
CT
point where
rocket
the fat
activated.
guy steps out from behind. I feel like I remember that from yesterday. He, like, steps... He's just running. Oh, man. Wow. That's alright. I am going to use this for the first part because it's a good way for me to eliminate many at once. I think there's like 3 or 4 people. That thing flies everywhere, bro. Look at that. Look at that fucking thing. That thing bounces, dude. Alright, now let's get the hell away from there. I'm gonna let that kind of do its thing a little bit. Fire one more, just to see what happens. Fuck it. Yeah, I got somebody. I got somebody. Oh, yes. Shit. Well, in that case... I got him. See, that's why, because, like, it's kind of a narrow path, so I'd rather burn the place out. I still don't know exactly how many people are there. I think it might just be those two, but, you know, I suppose we shall see. There's no way that's going to bounce all the way back here. All right.
Ads.
Hopefully it's all good now. Oh, there. It's gonna blow himself up. Hell yeah, dude. Right into his own grenade. Whoa.
Ooh, right in the stuff. Man. Shit.
Oh, that car already blew up. That's why. I was trying to blow the car up.
I knew that stuff wasn't good for me.
Damn, bro. I'm trying, like, the problem with this game is that it's so awkward. Like, you'll think you're making the right choice, but you're not. Uh-oh. Shit. Damn, bro. I think I got him. There we go. We got him. Okay. I could head this way. I almost wonder. I bet if I head this way, I'm either A, gonna just be straight up out of here, or B... Oh no, actually, I'm gonna go the opposite. Oh, I could've got a fucking... Damn. Hopefully there's some health packs up here. No, there's not. Would have been nice to know about that earlier. I gotta hope and pray that I can nail that guy before he gets me, because that's kind of... The close quarters makes it a little tough sometimes. So you end up like, oh, it's cool, it's not gonna nail me, but then these things get hit and they explode, you know? That's what makes this tough. It's like, plus I'm not trying that hard, but like, you know, like I am kind of locked in a little bit. Obviously I'm not talking to anybody in chat, not that anybody's even talking right now, but you know, I think I know what I'll do.
CT rocket activated. CT rocket activated.
Are you kidding me? damn. Yo, I'm already... Dude, I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
CT rocket activated.
Ow! I thought I'd be smarter by using this. No. I'm worse off than I was. If I die again, I'm gonna go back into the house.
CT rocket activated.
Alright, cool.
CT rocket activated. CT rocket activated.
Ads.
CT rocket activated.
So even though I'm probably gonna die again, the personal diary of Scott Sullivan MMA, yes sir. I need to... I think I got him. I think I see his dead body already. I'd be very surprised if he survives this, too. You can see the coverage there. You know? Yep. Oh, yeah. There he is. There he fucking is. And you know what I have to do? I have to save here just in case, because yesterday I did this in one shot. I did it in one shot just fine, but I ended up fucking myself because I didn't save and the game crashed. Gives me that. Come on, baby. Yes. Perfect. Good.
Normally, I'd expect a fancy cinematic to explain such a crucial story element. The font is nice, though.
Good God, it's the apocalypse. Random violence increases, military and police overwhelmed. No one is safe, especially you. Military denies accidental release of mind-altering gas. Cats and dogs living together. Lieberman blames doom. Mull's presidential bid. Dozens injured in lawyer feeding frenzy. Man. Paradise times, ladies. Oh, shit. The cops are still looking for me. Fuck. Shit. Huh? Oh, it is quite literally the apocalypse right now. I don't have the health for this. I got... Oh, no, you know what? There's... Yes. Oh, shit. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
That stuff really
Bitch,
works.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm gonna kill your ass. Aha, yes.
That
Money,
stuff
too. Perfect.
really works.
Oh, shit. There we go. There we
I
go.
know what you're thinking, but the funny thing is, I don't even like video games. Man, I gotta stop smoking this crap. That's the one.
Where is... I guarantee you I am all the way on the other side, too. I am all the way on the other side of town. I have to... I can stop by the clinic to get more health if I need. Man, I can't... Oh, no. Wait. I need to, like, plot a course. I didn't think I'd have to
feel so
get home.
good. bite my ass. That stuff is a...
Oh, damn it, who got me? Who got me? Who got me? Get out of here. Shit. Oh, people are just appearing. People are just fucking appearing out of nowhere.
Time to head home.
Yeah, I need to get to that clinic because there's no way I'm gonna survive this run home. Was it here? I believe it was here that I have to go.
Please don't think I'm a bigot. I kill races equally.
You see what I'm talking about? That's fucking insane. Oh, alright. At the very least, I reload here, so that's good.
Slow roasted goodness.
I can't figure out the range on these. Shit. Oh, well,
Time to head home.
CT activated. CT rocket activated.
You probably think I'm not a nice person.
CT rocket activated.
He's just dipping. Come on, tell me there's something in here. Nope, nothing. Ah, this is not good for me.
CT rocket activated.
Don't have any health pipes. Don't have nothing. I just gotta hope I can get to this clinic. Wondering what happens if I put my gun away and wait. Oh shoot! Hell yeah! Oh fuck!
Fuck you.
Can I at least avoid trouble with the cops? Yeah, I can avoid trouble with people if I'm not too crazy with it. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe I can't. Useless automotive. Oh, clinic, perfect.
We're bringing this shit down, motherfucker!
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Alright, we got
I feel
one.
better already.
We got fucking one. Just in case. Let's just take him out.
Now that's what I call welfare reform.
What do I have?
Time to head home.
Running right by this chick, I don't even care. The cat sound effect is too much. I hope you find a duffel bag full of cash tomorrow, Scott. Hey, me too, man. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for the well wishes.
God, get out of here, furball.
Time to head home.
Yeah, eat their faces. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Perhaps. Oh, dude, who is fucking doing that? You gonna get him for me? I don't even let you. I'd rather let them do the fighting, you know, right now. That is a nice touch. What? Why are the cops coming after me right now? Ow! Dude, I am fucked. This is not good. Not good at all.
Time to head home.
I ain't got no choice. I just gotta go right here and hope and pray.
Time to head home.
Jacked in, jacked off communications. Uh-oh. I don't even have time for that. Lucky Ganesh. That chick was still shooting at me. Okay. Is this it? Yep.
Time to head home.
I go right up. I go right up the street. Ah, yes.
Definitely need more of that.
Damn, I don't even know if I'm going the right way.
Time to head home.
I am, shit. I don't want to go by these SWAT guys. They aggroed on me for no reason last time. Oh, damn. Oh, damn it. Then I believe I go down that load area.
Time to head home.
Okay. Beware of rabid pit bull with AIDS. Oh, no shit. That's pretty cool, I guess. Hey, you! Parcel center.
Time to head home.
Yep. That should be. Oh, damn it. Should be in the backyard of this place.
How about
Shit! Oh, perfect. Fuck yeah.
That's time to head home.
Oh, damn it. Where? Ah, I'm up there, aren't I? Son of a bitch. Well, I got that 100 health now, which is good. Ow! I keep forgetting where that, I keep forgetting where I live. Huh, that's a weird one.
I gotta find more of that good stuff.
Oh, perfect. Now I can at least move around a little bit better, a little bit easier. Oh, this is it right here. Go around back and there it is, right? Oh, no, never mind. Where do I live? Where do I fucking live?
Time to head home.
I literally forget where I live on this. It's been so long since I've played. No, it's not by the junkyard. Maybe I need. Oh, you know what? I need to go down to that corner, don't I? All right. Rob Thomas says happy birthday. My birthday was over a month ago, but thank you anyway, sir. Who's shooting me? Yeah, so I'm moving away from where I remember my house being located. Oh, no, here it is. Ah, yes. Finally.
Honey, I'm home. You won't believe the day I've had.
About friggin' time. Did you remember my rocky road?
Dope.
Don't. Vince Desi. Interesting name there. Interesting name there. I don't hate this song. I'm curious to see. Maybe I'll have to play Paradise Lost at some point. I'm curious with the Darth Maul ones. Sliced 30 people in half with the scythe. Oh man, that's crazy. A Reddit would be proud. Hoarded 15 or more cats at a time. Rebecca Black's nightmare. That's how old this game is. Rebecca Black is still they have a Rebecca Black reference. That is insane. Ah, fuck. Who is this guy? He looks familiar. The Walking Dead, Simpsons. There's got to be some kind of Muppets thing. What in the fuck? I am Will Smith. Ah, yes. Found him faster than GWB. Man. What is my zodiac sign? I'm a Scorpio. Is what I am. I'm also tired, and I need to start settling in for the night. So I think I'm gonna turn in for the night. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed it as usual. I had a good time myself. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming next. It'll probably be Wednesday, but if I can do a little bit sooner, I will. And yeah, thank you. And I feel like I have stuff to say, but I don't think I really have anything big to say. So, it just is what it is. I'm going to head out. Thank you one last time. And until next time, peace out.